Alright guys and girls, this is jerninghgam here. There's a guy speaking on TV. Boris Johnson pubs which do not serve food will receive one-off payment of 1,000 for the government. So I don't know what they're talking about. If the pubs are open without being a reason to be open, or they shouldn't be open, there's going to be a fine. I don't know if they're talking about that. I could have got it wrong, but it says 1,000 per payment. But anyway, virus pandemic in the UK. Boris Prime Minister says government will review tier areas every 14 days. But I want the numbers for the coronavirus. So 13,430 cases of coronavirus. So this is what we're looking at the moment. 600 cases and 3 today. 50,051 people that have caught it and died of it. New cases 13,430. So these are the two deaths that kill you. This is just the infections, as you can see in here. It's kind of sad, really, that the coronavirus is going up for a lot of people. Lots of people wish the coronavirus has ended now, but it's still going. It's talking about a 51-year-old driver from the area has been arrested. So I don't know what's going on about that. Buckingham Palace says the Queen, Duke of Edinburgh, will have to declare that this year will be spending Christmas in Windsor. Office shows this. It's talking about more things again. So if it's taking me a bit long to talk about these things, but there's a lot of things going on today in the UK, as you know or know, and probably across the world. But this woman's speaking here on the TV about something. Don't know what she's saying much because I unplugged the microphone. As you can see for yourself, it says England will be restrained in a tier 3 tomorrow as lockdown comes to an end in most places because of Christmas. So last day on lockdown for the whole country. Will we be back in lockdown in January? We could be. Will it keep going? Will it get worse? I mean, it looks like the cases are getting worse, but they want the vaccine. And people are speaking here, so I'm going to take this out.
What they're looking forward to, and you two fell in love. Jordan, tell us what happened. So you work in Iceland, not the country, the supermarket, and Veronica walked in. Tell us what happened.
So basically, literally, walking in, like, I spotted her, like, I'm doing my stock, and then, like, she just literally blown me away. So, like, as she's left the store, I've gone on my break, walked around, seen her, approached her. The rest is history from there, and then moved in 2 days later.
Exactly, yeah. And Veronica, you were due to be going home to Czech Republic, as I understand.
Yes, I supposed, yeah.
But you stayed.
I stayed, well, I have doubts, but now I don't have doubts through the lockdown. It was good in one way, because we have a lot of time to spend together, indoor mostly, so we do first things for both of us for first time, so yeah, that is the love about, that's make me stay.
That's nice.
A lockdown love story. This is what we like.
These two met each other in a shop and got together. As I'm pointing here, these two.
But you say it does feel like you've been together a bit longer than a couple.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, like,
especially this morning.
You think, like, it literally just happened 2 days, and then next thing you know, we're just together. So it's like, it feels like a long time together, but I'm enjoying it. It's good. What about you?
Yes, definitely. Sometimes you need just short time to realize what you miss in your life. Sometimes you're in a long relationship and you still can't find what you miss. And then you just find what you miss, and that's it.
So when I said to you guys, what are you looking forward to after lockdown, you've really found what you needed.
I find it, exactly.
You're looking forward to restaurants opening so you can celebrate your 1 month together.
Yes, that's definitely, because finally I doesn't have to cook. That's,
oh, Jordan, tell me you do some of it.
I mean, just a little bit.
You do the washing, which is very nice.
I love it. You're like an old married couple already.
Exactly.
Well, look, you just made my lockdown. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you. So there you go. Far from the war of words in Westminster, we have a lockdown love story for you here in Worcester.
Oh, Becky, you put a big smile on my face and all of the team here at Sky News with that from Jordan and Veronica. Love at first sight across the Isles of Iceland. Those are the stories we need to be hearing more of. Becky Johnson there in Worcester. Thank you. Now, Debenhams has confirmed that it is going into liquidation, putting 12,000 jobs at risk. The department store took the decision after JD Sports pulled out of talks on a rescue takeover. Debenhams shops will stay open for now as they try to sell off stock. Sky's business presenter Ian King has been following the fallout.
Yeah, it's a shame that loads of people like to go to Debenhams.
Debenhams is a very, very long established business indeed. Its origins go back to 1778 when it was founded as a draper's store in London's West End. William Debenham took control of it in 1813, and it was a family-owned business for the first 150 years of its life.
I'm all right.
But it's really had a tough time in recent years. I think there are a number of factors. Obviously, COVID-19 has been a nail in the coffin of this business. But if you go back into the last decade, this was a business that was taken over by private equity in 2003. All of its stores, its freehold properties were sold and put on long leases, sale and leaseback deals, loaded up with debt and then brought back onto the stock market. And so ever since then, any profits that this business has made have been absorbed by the interest on its debts and by long leasehold payments. And at a time, of course, when they needed to move with the times and recognise the fact that a lot of shopping was increasingly moving online. So it's a business that's been absolutely hamstrung for many, many years. And a succession of very able chief executives have tried to make a go of it and just found themselves unable to do so, facing those sort of headwinds. As I say, COVID-19, the really final nail in the coffin. Now, of course, you mentioned Arcadia there. These two businesses very closely intertwined. They were actually part of the same company until as recently as 1998.
Top shop as well, Debenhams.
As a separate business. That's why it's
places in the UK go shopping and stuff for your clothing and probably food that you're buying stuff.
So the failure of Arcadia, which went into administration at 8 o'clock last night, has only made it more complicated for the administrators trying to sell on Debenhams. So it was no surprise, accordingly, to see JD Sports, which was the only buyer, walk away from the business first thing this morning, and that left the administrators with no choice but to put this business into liquidation. Now, Suri and Cheshire was saying that it is perfectly possible that some buyers may come forward for parts of the Debenhams store estate and that website. There will be a residual value, but it's certainly very unlikely that the business will carry on in its current form. And a lot of shops will shut once the stock within them has been run down.
Let's take a look at some of the day's other news now. And China has reached a major milestone in its quest to bring home moon rocks after its spacecraft landed successfully on the moon's surface. The Change 5 spacecraft launched with the intent of becoming the first mission to bring lunar samples to Earth since 1976. It is a string of increasingly ambitious missions by a Chinese space program that aims eventually to land a human on the moon. Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton has tested positive for COVID-19 after experiencing mild symptoms. It means the Mercedes driver will miss the upcoming Sakir Grand Prix in Bahrain this weekend. It'll be the first race Hamilton's missed since his debut in 2007. A mysterious monolith has appeared in Romania days after a similar one disappeared from Utah. The shiny hollow structure bears a striking resemblance to the one spotted in a remote desert 2 weeks ago, which has since vanished. People have speculated as to whether the two are linked, with some guessing it could be the work of a prankster inspired by the science fiction novel 2001: A Space Odyssey. This is Sky News. Coming up, the world's loneliest elephant starts his new life.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video, guys and girls. If you want to see more of the news channel on what is on the news, what the news can offer you and give you, you can see it on the TV. So anyway, thanks for joining me. See you next video. Keep safe. Peace.